Okay, so in this video, we're gonna work on dividing whole numbers by fractions. Okay, so most basically, if I had one of something, say one candy bar, and I wanted to give a third of this candy bar to each of my friends, how many friends could I give a third of the candy bar to? So most basically, it's one whole candy bar. I'm going to split it into thirds, okay? So then I have 3 thirds, 3 1/3. 1/3 is a unit fraction because it's one of the fraction. So a whole candy bar divided into thirds gives me 3 thirds. Therefore, 1 divided by 1/3 would be 3, okay? And the same as if I had one, say, candy bar, and now I'm going to break it into smaller pieces. I'm going to give each of my friends 1/8. I would divide it into eighths. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 eighths. So that would be 8 eighths. So if I divided a candy bar into eighths, so 1 divided by 1/8, I could give 1/8 to 8 of my friends. So 1/8, 1 divided by 1/8 is 8. So that's pretty basic because our whole number was 1. Well, what if your whole number was greater than 1? In this case, our whole number is 2. So if I had 2 candy bars and wanted to give each friend 1/3, I would take each candy bar and divide it into thirds. So 1, 2, 3 thirds, 1/3, 2 thirds, 3 thirds, 1/3, 2 thirds, 3 thirds. How many thirds do I then have? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2 divided by 1/3 would be 6. Okay. Now, same as if I now had 8 candy bars and I wanted to give each friend 1/3. How many 1/3s are in 8? Well, there's 3 in 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. There are 24 thirds in 8, okay? Pretty basic, not hard, okay? Now, in a word problem, if a store had 3 boxes of video games, how many days would it take to sell the games if each day they sold 1/5 of a box? So I'm going to draw 3 boxes. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to divide each box into fifths. So that would mean each box is going to get broken into 5 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we had 3 boxes divided by 1/5, how many fifths do we have? So 3 boxes divided by fifths, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 fifths. Well, not 15 fifths. I have 15 pieces if I take 3 boxes and divide them by 1/5. So 3 divided by 1/5 is 15. Okay. Well, what if it's not a unit fraction? These were all unit fractions. 1/5. This was 1/3, 1/3. 1/3. Up here was 1/8. So these were all unit fractions. What if it's not a unit fraction? Okay, so this next problem says the concession stand has 6 pounds of popcorn. If they sell popcorn in 2/3 pound bags, how many bags can they sell? So first our number sentence would be 6 pounds of popcorn divided by 2/3 pound bags. So how many bags can we make if we divide 6 pounds into 2/3? Okay, so I'm first going to do our 6 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes. Okay, so there's our 6 pounds of popcorn. Okay, now I'm going to divide it. I'm going to look at our numerator. I'm dividing each box into thirds. So 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. So now if we were talking unit fractions, 6 divided into 1/3 would be 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. So if we only had 1/3 pound bags, we would have 18, but that's not true because we have 2/3. So in order to figure that out, I'm going to use 2 colors, trying to find 2 good colors here. And I'm going to color groups of 2 in our thirds. So this would be 1, 2/3. Now I'm going to switch colors and get a better color. 1, 2/3. 1, 2/3. 1, of course. 2/3. 1, and I'm going to go down here. 2/3. 1, 2/3. 1, 2/3. 1. That green one is not my friend tonight. 1, 2/3. And then lastly, 1, 2/3. So how many groups of 2/3 do we have? So if I look at this, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 groups of 2/3. So 6 wholes divided by 2/3 equals 9. So in this problem, we can make 9 bags of popcorn from our 6 pounds of popcorn. Okay, now we get a little more complicated. So this was a whole number divided by a fraction. What if it was the other way around? So if we had a fraction divided by a whole number, it's a little different. So if I had 1/7, so this green box, if I look at it vertically, it's divided into sevens. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's sevens going down. The solid lines are sevens, okay? Now, here's 1/7. Okay, and if I divided this 1/7 into 2 pieces, so 2 pieces, what would one piece be of the whole? Okay, so 1/7 divided by 2, this one piece is what of the whole? Well, vertically it was 7, Now I'm going to divide it horizontally. So how many pieces do we have now? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So our denominator is going to be 14. And then again, unit fraction, that one piece is 1/14. So if I had 1/7 and I divided it by 2 into 2 pieces, I would now have 1/14. Okay? Now with this one, I have 1/3. So each of these sections is a third. Okay? So 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, 3/3. So if I had 1/3, which is this section here, and I now divide 1/3 into 6 pieces, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One piece, this one right here, would be, now this is 1/6 of a third, okay, which altogether, if we have 6, 12, 18 pieces, that one piece is 1/18. Okay, so if I have a third and I divide it into 6 pieces, that one piece is now 1/18 of the whole. Okay, this one's a little harder to grasp, but you're still just taking up pieces and splitting it up. So if I had it in a word problem, Mrs. Tyler's class is having a party. To help get ready, Whitney is putting salsa into bowls. She has half a gallon of salsa and 4 bowls. Okay, how many gallons of salsa does Whitney put into each bowl? So number sentence is 1/2 divided by 4. Okay, equals, let's call it S for salsa. Okay, so now I'm going to draw my hole. Okay, here's my hole. I'm going to split my hole into 2 pieces. Okay, so here's my half of my hole. So this is 1/2. Okay, now if I take my half and divide it into 4 pieces. So in my half, I'm going to now divide this into 4. This is kind of like when we multiplied fractions, right? So I'm now going to divide my 1/2 into 4 pieces. And then one piece is what? So how many pieces do I have? I had a half and I divided that into 4 across, so I have now 8 pieces in my whole. Okay, so S is our variable. S would equal 8ths, because now I have 8 pieces, and 1/2 divided into 4, one piece would be 1/8. Okay, so again, this was, we're talking unit fractions, one piece, one piece. What if we're not talking unit fractions? Okay, now here's the bonus question. Okay, Josiah's family is making 3 pizzas for dinner. They have 2/3 of a pound of shredded cheese and put an equal amount on each pizza. How many pounds of cheese do they put on each pizza? Don't be confused. We're not dividing the pizzas. We're dividing the cheese. So it's 2/3 divided by 3, okay, equals cheese, okay? It's not 3 divided by 2/3. We're not dividing the pizza by the cheese. We're dividing the cheese by the pizzas. So 2/3 divided by 3. Okay, so I am going to make my whole. Okay, there's my whole. I'm going to divide my whole into 3 pieces. Okay, and now instead of 1/3, we want 2/3. So I'm going to do this down. That's 2/3. Okay, so this here is 2/3. Now I'm going to divide 2/3 into 3 equal pieces. Okay. So now I want what was one of those 3 equal pieces. So this piece right here, we have 1, 2, 3 equal pieces. So how much cheese gets put onto each pizza? Well, again, we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pieces. So C is going to be, our denominator is going to be 9 because we have 9 pieces. Now, instead of just one piece, not a unit fraction, we have 2/3 on each of our pizzas. So this is how much is going to be put on each pizza. So that is 2/9 on each pizza. Because it's this much, it's 2/3 divided into 3 equal pieces. Okay? I hope this all helped. Okay? When you're dividing fractions, no window method or box method. Your best way is to draw one of these area models and color it out. Okay? You will learn a trick later in life on how to divide fractions, but for us right now, what I want to see is a model of how you're doing it. Simple rectangle or multiple rectangles if it's a whole number divided by a fraction. If it's a fraction divided by a whole number like these here, it's one little rectangle, color one way, color the other way, and your denominator is how many boxes you have, and your numerator is how many boxes are you going to use. Okay, I hope this helped. Have a great day and let me know if you have any more questions.